and gentlemen, let's be absolutely clear that when they come back, I pledge that we will get enacted the Veterans Bill of Rights that you can see on our website, MikeHuckabee.com. And what you'll discover is that I believe we've done a disgraceful thing to the veterans of this country when we ask them to go and do their duty, and they do it with honor, and then when they come home, we ask them to stand in line like they're waiting for a donut. Folks, if it requires us to take apart every national monument and sell the stones for souvenirs to pay for it, we have a moral obligation to make sure that not one veteran in this country comes home and doesn't get the benefits that he or she was promised, whatever they may be. Now, I'm going to need somebody to help me get some of these things done. Somebody who can be a tough Secretary of Defense, a tough Secretary of Homeland Security. I've tried to think, who could I get to do those jobs? I thought there's a lot of people who might be good, but there's one guy that I'm thinking about, I think could handle both of them. And you know what? It just occurs to me that if we really want to keep America safe, then I've got somebody that when the world sees who we have running our security, it will make Al-Qaeda and the Taliban run like sissies in the playground. Ladies and gentlemen, my choice for Secretary of Defense and Secretary of Homeland Security, my friend and a great American, Chuck Norris. Welcome to the Tri-Cities.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, when this is my wife Gina, by the way. When Gina and I were watching the Republican debates, you know, Governor Huckabee got very little airtime. But what we did here, we were impressed with. And so Gina and I said, you know, we got to find out more about this Governor Huckabee. So we went on his website, and then we started researching him with articles. And then we had some boys from Oregon email us, some college boys email us about their support of Governor Huckabee, and they have a website called Huck's Army, and it's all over the country. You know about Huck's Army? Great, fantastic. But anyway, but the more we researched on Governor Huckabee, the more impressed we became. And finally, you know, Gina and I said, you know, this is the man we want to support. Good. And so I have a weekly article in WorldNet Daily that I write, and so I started writing about the things I liked about this man and the things he stood for. And anyway, his campaign called and said, we understand you're backing Governor Huckabee. And I said, yeah, I am. I've never met him, but I like him. And they said, well, you know, would you be willing to do a promo for him? And I said, I'd be more than happy to. So we did a promo that got, I don't know if you saw it on YouTube. You see it? Yeah. And anyway, got 1.5 million hits in one day on there. And it kind of lit the spark for Governor Huckabee. But you know the thing about a spark, it'll go out if there isn't a message there. But he had the message for us. And it became a raging fire. He surged to the top. Remember, you know, this man, you know, has very little money. So he had to have the message that we all wanted to hear that could lead us into the future in our country. And Gina and I really believed this. We felt that this is the man that can lead us morally, prosperously, and peaceful into the future. You know, you hear about all these celebrities going around promoting the different candidates. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm a concerned citizen. Oh, wow. Gina and I have 6-year-old twins. We have a 20-year-old son and a 23-year-old daughter. And we're concerned about their future. And we're on a slippery slope, folks. We're going down a slippery slope right now. And we've got to turn that around. And we got to find a person who can do that. And that's why Gina and I are out here today, is because we know that there's only one person that can really do this for us. The other candidates, John McCain's a good friend, but the thing is, there's only one man that can debate Obama or Hillary. And folks, if we don't get this guy in the primary in March, we're going to have a Democratic president. The other candidates cannot out-debate them. You've seen them. You watch the debates. You see it. In the last debate, it sounded like two teenage kids arguing with each other. Only this man's the only one that made any sense on the debate. So we're very concerned. We're very, very concerned about this. And if we don't get out and support him and get our family and friends to get to the polling booth tomorrow, and when they get that polling booth, they got to make a decision. Who, if you're a Republican or the Independent, who is the man that can lead us into the future? And once they see that, exactly, Huckabee, put an X on Huckabee. So anyway, folks, we really appreciate you all turning out today, but you've got to get your family and your friends out there in the polling booths tomorrow and vote for this man here, because again, like I say, it's our future depends on it. And I just want to thank you all, and God bless you all.